Viral hip-hop revolution.
What's good? What's the deal? It's your boy Sam Ant here with viral hip-hop news. Let's talk about some trending topics. Now, Texas rapper Tay-K, also known as Tay-K-47, finds himself in a serious court battle facing double murder charges out of Houston. The kicker is the young man is 17 years old. Now, the judge has ruled that his case should be moved to the adult court based on his age, reads a statement from Tay-K's lawyer, M. Trenton Lofton. The judge was very clear to tell Mr. McIntyre on the record that his decision has no bearing whatsoever of his guilt or innocence. In this case, McIntyre remains upbeat after the hearing. Now, if you don't know what happened, the home invasion occurred in Dallas suburb in Mansfield, Texas, when Tay-K was only 16. The incident was allegedly set up by two women and ended up with a 21-year-old man being murdered. The rapper was arrested after the incident and released on house arrest. Tay-K is also a suspect in a murder case that occurred after the 2015 Daytona Boys concert, the group where he got his start rapping a few years ago. I believe once all the evidence is presented, Mr. McIntyre will be exonerated on all of the charges. We look forward to moving ahead, the statement from the rapper's lawyer continued. Tay-K, who is from Arlington, Texas, is best known for his song The Race, which talks about being on the run from the law. The song was made while he was literally on the run from police and debuted on the Billboard Hot 100 earlier this month. The song was popular in the underground hip-hop circles and has been remixed by Triple X Taxation, Lil Bibby, and Lil Yachty. Now, if you're still sleeping on him, Tay-K, like I said, is a 17-year-old rapper from Dallas who exploded onto the music scene this summer with his record The Race, which followed his time running from the law. Back in June, Tay-K was arrested and locked up after he cut off his ankle monitor and fled the state of Texas to Jersey, where he was eventually captured. Currently locked up on capital murder charges stemming from a few years back, Tay-K hasn't been able to reap the rewards of his success, but has definitely seen his fair share of support from fellow artists. Now, this is definitely an ongoing situation for me. Honestly, I'm going to tell you, I had no real knowledge of this Tay-K-47 cat up until a couple days ago. Seeing pictures and seeing the headlines and seeing articles, it definitely caught me off guard. Seeing his youth and how young he was, it definitely caught me off guard that the young man is not only facing one murder charge, but two. One of them happened to be when he was 16. That troubles me deeply. These are young men out here. You know what I mean? This isn't the first young man who has such talent in rapping that has found himself in a situation where he's going to be taking away his entire life at such a young age because of things he's out here doing on the street. You know, I've seen pictures, I've seen a lot of different portrayals of Tay-K-47, and a lot of them, he got the heat in his hand, he's throwing around bread, he's living that lifestyle that typically comes with murder. I mean, let's keep it 100. You know what I mean? He's out here in the streets, he's out here doing what he do, and he's living that lifestyle. So I hope that he's found innocent. I hope that he didn't do it, first off, and condolences go out to the families of the victims who are in this situation right now. Definitely not shedding any negative light on the victims or anything like that, and saying that we want Tay-K-47 to be found innocent. It's just unfortunate to see such a young soul and such a young man's life in jeopardy due to the street and due to this lifestyle, man. It's very unfortunate. Now, New York Times reporter Joe Cassicarli spoke to Tay-K's lawyer, and he got a little information. He tweeted out a little something. This is what he said. We just concluded the certification transfer hearing for Mr. McIntyre. The judge has ruled that this case should be moved to the adult courts based on his age, and that the fact the juvenile court will lack jurisdiction soon. The judge was very clear to tell McIntyre on the record that his decision had no bearing whatsoever on his guilt or innocence in the case, like I alluded to earlier. After a full day of hearing with numerous officers testifying under oath, officers testified there was no evidence that McIntyre engaged in any of the violent act or possessed any weapons. Mr. McIntyre remains upbeat after his hearing. I believe once all the evidence is presented, Mr. McIntyre will be exonerated on all charges. We look forward to moving ahead. So he tweeted this out, like I said earlier. We have to wait for all the evidence to be shown. Obviously, the depiction that Tay-K47 wants you to see, the image that he wants you to get of him, is that violent street kind of dude that would pull a gun and would bust his gun. You know, he's shown in many pictures with the heat. Hopefully that this is just a persona, and if it is a persona, bro, put this shit away so that you can move on with a very promising career. You know what I mean? Your single's on top 50 right now, 17 years old, bro. You got so much to live for. If you find yourself out of this situation, get within the right circle, get around the right people, and have them put their arm around you so that you can make better decisions and live a long-lasting life. Hopefully you had nothing to do with those two people being murdered and you can move on. That's my take on it. You heard it here first. Go down to that description box right now. Subscribe to the hottest and fastest rising channel on YouTube today, Viral Hip Hop News. Also, while you're down there, family, please go down to our... And while you're visiting our homepage, family, please do me a favor and hit that bell 2 times to get all the latest notifications from Viral Hip Hop News fresh off the press. I sincerely appreciate you. Salute to you. Always raw, real, uncut. And if it's up to the people, it is viral. Viral Hip Hop News. Subscribe right